What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Drama Miami, and yet again, I'm saving Brandon's ass. Check it out. So here, we have a water leak. So basically what's going on right now is, obviously you see some water coming out, or coolant. Brandon had a water leak, so I went ahead and checked out where we was having the water leak from. It was the water pump. So basically what I told him before was we needed to change the water pump and the thermostat when we went ahead and changed his radiator. I'm not sure if we even recorded that. Did we, Brandon? Did we record that?
What?
Doing your radiator?
No.
Oh, we didn't record. So we changed his radiator. So after we went ahead and changed his radiator, I advised him to get it. Go figure. It messed up anyways. Didn't want to hit the I told you so, but told you so. So basically what's going on right now, we have two tools that we need, which have our little screwdriver flathead. We have our big ass 32mm wrench. The main reason why we need these two tools at this moment is because we're going to take out the coolant hose. Check this out. This coolant hose right here. And then after we take out this coolant hose, we got to take out the fan clutch, which is this fan that spins right here, the fan clutch itself, which this tool, like you've seen in my other videos, goes right in. Well, not so in. Apparently I gotta spin this around. It goes right in. Once it's in, you gotta bang this with a hammer and take it out. But first things first, we're gonna take out the coolant hoses. Alright, just a quick disclaimer. I already know, you don't have to tell me, you don't have to line me up in the comments. Normally you drain the block, or you drain the coolant from the radiator, and then you drain the block, so that way there's no coolant in the system at all, or in the block. We're just gonna say screw it and pull everything out, but normally you're supposed to drain the block. Just heads up so you guys know, and don't roast me in the comments. Alright, so went ahead and took off the hose. Next up, let's get our big ass wrench, like I said. We got a big ass wrench, pop this in here, bang it to the right, not to the left, because this is reverse thirded. So obviously, like I said, it's not righty tighty lefty loosey, it's lefty tighty righty loosey. As weird as that sounds, I had to think about that. But yeah, just whack it to the right, not the left. I would advise putting a towel or something here just to protect whatever plastic that's around, just so you don't damage it. So we already went ahead and loosened the fan clutch. So the next thing to do is loosen this little bolt for the fan shroud, or screw. It's a hex, or no, what is it, not a hex, a T52 size. We just go ahead and loosen that. Take off this. Of course, obviously there's wiring here. Move the wiring out the way. Spin the fan clutch. Once it gets loose, pull the whole thing out, which I'm gonna do right now. Alright, so basically what's going on right now is we went ahead and took out the fan clutch and the fan shroud, so let's get this out of the way. Alright, now that's out of the way, what we're going to do now is we got to get to the coolant hose that's right over here. Basically this is the thermostat housing. You have your plug here, which all you got to do is just squeeze this plug and pull it up, and it comes right out. Move this wiring harness out the way. Remember, when you put it back, the wiring has to go up top, just in case if you put it in the bottom or whatever, for whatever reason, just so you know. It's a disclaimer. Another thing, they're going to see 4 bolts. One right here, I don't know if you guys can see it. One just on the opposite side to it, which you can still see, or you got to at least see it if you're there. And then 2 on the bottom. You got to feel it out, but there's 2 in the bottom there to take out as well. Now, once you take that out, like I said, you got to disconnect this hose right here. Once that hose is out of the way, take out the bolts. Take this bolt out, not necessarily out, but loosen the bolt just in case you need to swing this arm for whatever reason, because it is in the way of the thermostat housing. Then kind of just pull it out, and voila. Alright, so like I said, we're supposed to drain it correctly, but we didn't, so this is exactly what's going to happen. All the coolant. It's basically going to fall on the floor. We're going to let it fall on the floor mainly because, I mean, 2 tears in a bucket, and let's get the rest of the shit out. So basically now what we're going to do is we're going to take out the 4 bolts, get this out. Once we get this out and we have all this disconnected, we're going to start on the water pump after that. So you already know. So basically what's going on, we got the thermostat out. Here it is. This is the back side of it. It doesn't look too bad from what I see here. The seals look pretty decent, but we're going to change it anyways. It's a little flat spot here and there. I mean, whatever, it's been sitting there for a while. We got a brand new assembly, a complete assembly, so we have nothing to worry there. That's not what the leak was. We're just taking this out and changing it just because we're already taking out the water pump. So let's go ahead and tackle the water pump. So basically what's going on right now is we went ahead, like I said, and took out the thermostat. Since the thermostat is out, we went ahead and, like I said, I need to clean this, which you're going to use a little Brillo pad. I don't know how or why Junie and Brandon have this little tiny square pieces of everything that they have, basically. It doesn't matter what it is. It can even be a wrench. He has like a mini version of a wrench. How? I don't know. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and Scotch-Brite all this. But first, before that, let's go ahead and take out this pulley. In order to take out the pulley, we got to go ahead and take out these belts first, because we don't want to go ahead and take out the pulley with the belt on. Obviously, there's tension here, so there's things that fly, hurt us, bad stuff are going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and take out the belts. After we take out the belts, we're going to go ahead and take out the pulley. After the pulley, we're going to take out the water pump. After taking out the water pump, obviously replace it, put everything back together, and you already know. Belt one is off. Alright, so we got our socket right into the tensioner. Mind you, just so you guys know, the first tensioner that we pulled out, that is a T60 Torx, and this one's just a regular standard socket. We're sticking into the second pulley, and basically you just got to pull this back. Excuse me, I got to use a little force. You're going to pull that back. Once you pull it back, alright, well basically you're going to pull it back and then pull the slack off it, so you can go ahead and take out the belt. So let me just see if I can do that now without struggling so bad. Alright, there we go. Alright, so once you take that out, we're basically ready to take out the water pump. Alright, so what we're looking at right now is the water pump pulley. Like I said, we went ahead and took out the belt. Once we took out the belt using the tensioner, this is the pulley right here. These bolts right here, just so you know, it's easy to take off, and do not beast it on when you put it back. You don't necessarily need these bolts to be super tight. You just need them to be just tight enough. Like, let me show you. I'm going to be taking out this bolt right here. Look. That's all it took me. Easy force. So you don't have to put them super tight, because you can damage the pulley itself, crack it even. So once I take out this pulley, I'm going to inspect it, make sure there's no cracks, and then continue on. I'll let you guys know. Once again, that's 10mm bolts. 4 of them. Hold the pulley, turn it with a hand. If it's too tight, usually there's a tool to go ahead and help you take these bolts out. I don't have it. I just held it with my hand, and you guys already know. So let's take this thing out. Alright, so basically we have the pulley right here. I already took out the bolts. Like I said, just grab the pulley. The pulley comes right out, and if you see, the water pump is officially exposed. So this is the water pump itself. This is what obviously drives the fluid inside the water system, or cooling system, excuse me. So for that, I believe it's a 10mm bolt. Hang on one second. Is this a 10? I believe it is a 10mm bolt, which it is. It's a 10mm bolt. You put a 10mm bolt, socket. I keep saying bolt. You put a 10mm socket right in there. You break them loose. Once it's broken, I'm gonna figure out what exactly you need to do. I'm pretty sure it's like the E46s, where you're gonna drive a little something here to push it out, or you gotta toggle this out and fight it till it comes out. But we'll see now. All right. So basically, what's going on right now? I already took out the bolts in the water pump. I haven't pulled the water pump out yet, just because I did want to show something. It's already stuck together, so obviously it's sealed. But remember, there was a leak. It is still leaking, I noticed. Just stick my finger right here. It's leaking so bad, like I can stick my hand here literally for just like 2 seconds. And there's straight coolant in my hand. So basically it was leaking from the seal of the water pump, but I would always suggest changing the whole water pump just in case the propeller gets bad. Maybe it's a, not a metal propeller, whatever the case may be. So I always just suggest changing it if you do not know about, of course, your water pump. So let me get to fighting with this. I'm gonna try to He-Man this thing out. Or normally people will drive a bolt through there, but I don't know if I have a bolt that will fit through there. I'm gonna check, and if I do, I'm gonna drive it out through there. So basically, you put the bolt through here, you keep tightening it, and it's gonna literally push this water pump out, and then you take it out, stick it on the other side, do the same, vice versa, boom, 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 until this whole thing comes straight out. So I'm gonna probably beast it, because I don't know if I have screws, but first let me see if I have screws. So I went ahead and I found some bolts. Basically, this is where BMW ingenuity is actually good, you know, for once. So basically what's going on is I took the bolts that were from the thermostat that I had in the bottom, the 2 bottom bolts that I had here in the thermostat housing, and I put them right here into the water pump. They had, like I said, these 2 holes that you stick the bolts in, and I've been slowly driving it out little by little, crank it a little bit to the right over here on this side, then tighten it some more, and basically what it's doing, it's pushing the whole propeller out. So that way, as you see here, I don't have to try to beast it out. See how I just separate a little bit in that crack? So I just keep doing it and keep doing it, and you'll see it's going to keep on separating. So just a little quick tip so you guys know, the thermostat housing bolts, the bottom 2, actually help you drive the pulley. I'm sorry, not the pulley, but the water pump out. So see how far it's already came? Quick little tip. Let's see if it'll let me pull it out. I might make a mess here, but yeah. No, not yet. So we're gonna have to continue. I'm not gonna sit here and force, because I don't want to hit this brand new radiator we just put in, because we literally put it in. I want to say when, Brandon, like 2 weeks ago.
Probably 2.5, 3.
Like 2.5, 3 weeks ago we put them in, so I'm not trying to damage this brand new radiator either. Alright, so this has a lot of play already, so that means it might be already loose. But let's be certain. Oh yeah, this is like super loose. Hold on. Alright, time to make a mess. Or not. Let's keep driving this. Yeah, it's coming out a lot more now. There it goes. Basically, this has no. Oh, there it goes. Alright. Ah, see? It's a good thing we changed it. So, what we have here. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, it's a plastic propeller, isn't it? Yeah, this is a plastic propeller. So, basically, it's a good thing we actually went ahead and changed this. Since this is a plastic propeller, this propeller is actually prone to breaking. Not that it's gonna break anytime soon, because I don't know if this is new or not. But we're gonna, like I said, as you see here, it leaked out from the bottom of it. So as you see, we had the bolts like this, basically, and it pretty much leaked out from the bottom. So this is where it was leaking. So you see, it's anyway, it's corroded, it's old. Obviously, it's leaking because it's corroding the outside of it. So, cool little hack. You get to take out these little screws from the thermostat housing, and they help you drive the pulley right out. I'm sorry, I keep saying pulley. Water pump. You guys know what I'm talking about.
My stomach hurt. My stomach hurt. No? Fuck it.
Alright. So, basically what's going on, I don't know if you guys remember me talking about this little pint-sized Brillo pad thing that that's made for midgets and shit. But basically, we're going to use this again. This comes into play finally. We're going to go ahead and sand all this area that you see right over here, this surface area, all this mating surface area that goes from the water pump and also the thermostat housing surface area. We're going to sand it down where it's pretty much in good condition, nice and smooth. There's no ridges or anything like that. Once there's no ridges, anything of a sort, after we're done sanding this, you're going to see it's going to be nice and smooth. We're going to go ahead and start installing everything back in. So let me go ahead and tackle that now. Alright, so what we have here is a side-by-side comparison right before I go ahead and install the new water pump. As you see here, the difference obviously is this is all flattened out. Basically what that is this O-ring that basically goes around the water pump, seals around this ring. This was all corroded and nasty. You can see obviously it was leaking because you see past the water pump portion that there was corrosion or water that leaked out. As you see here, this, you can clearly hear that. It's plastic. This, solid metal. So that's one way of telling the difference. Just to educate you guys, remember, you're gonna go ahead and just put a little bit of coolant right here on the gasket, and then just kind of throw it on. So I said gasket, I meant O-ring, but I keep messing up. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah. Alright, so basically what's going on right now, I went ahead and installed the water pump and the thermostat housing. So check it out. Basically what I've done already, I went ahead and put the thermostat plus the thermostat housing, plus I connected the connector, already tightened the bolts. Went ahead and put the water pump in, tighten the bolts. Remember, don't over tighten them because this is aluminum. You don't want to destroy anything on the block itself or whatever the block is made out of. If you destroy the threads, you're gonna have to get it rethreaded, and that's just a pain in the ass. So try to avoid that at all costs. Just tighten it just enough. I forgot what the foot-pounds of torque you're supposed to do it, but my method is I usually do it a certain way that I do it, and it works out every time. But you know, we'll see. So now that that's all installed, if you notice, this looks all clean, but all this shit right here, well, I cleaned this already. All this looks nasty. So me being me, I gotta clean that up. There's no way in hell I'm gonna leave that looking dirty. I'm picky as hell, like you guys already know. I say it like a million times. I like everything to be clean. I like my work to be clean. So let's stuff that up a little bit, clean it up. That looks nasty. And yeah. So basically what's going on, like I said, I cleaned it up a little bit already. It's not perfect. You see there's still dirt spots, but I cleaned it up way better than this. I mean, way better than what it was. It was so nasty, it was like blackish. Now it's kind of shiny a little bit. So you notice everything's somewhat matching. So at least that gives you a peace of mind. So the next thing we need to do is go ahead and connect the radiator hose, put the pulley back on, put the belts back on, connect the radiator hose over here on this side. Basically, put the fan clutch back on, add some fluid, and I think we're ready to go. So, all right. So basically, what's going on right now? We went ahead and installed most of the stuff. Basically, we were already explained. So all that's left is the last little bit of pieces, which you got the fan shroud, fan clutch, one more piece of coolant hose that goes to the expansion tank. As you might notice or might not, it started behind me. It's raining, so since it is raining, we're just gonna put this last little bit of stuff in, call it quits for today, and then tomorrow pick it up. So yeah. Alright, so day 2, we went ahead and already bled the system. What we did is we went ahead and put some radiator fluid in it. We turned the car on. I know this is not the way you're supposed to do it. There's a bleeder system that uses an air compressor that you're supposed to use to bleed the system correctly, but since we do not have that tool, we went ahead and put the heater on, full blast, tune the temperature all the way up, make sure it's blasting hot air so that we would get some of that air circulating and pumping. I mean some of that fluid circulating and pumping. After that, we literally had to turn the car off, wait a little bit, come back around so the car's cool, open thing, add more fluid, continue to do that over and over again until we believe the system is bled. We're not 100%, but so far so good. It's not overheating. We haven't been losing coolant. No more water leaks, no coolant leaks, none of that stuff. So all that's left to do is just pretty much drop the car and drive. So with that being said, you guys already know how to install a water pump and thermostat on your E46. It's universal between 323, 328, 325, 330. It's all one and the same E46 chassis. Like I said, with that being said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned to the channel. You guys already know what it is.